Every single war/military conflict United States of America has been a part of since World War II, with total amount spent and casualties. Greek Civil War. Country, Greece. Time period, 1946 to 1949. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $400 million. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $4.5 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 160,000. Korean War. Region, Korean Peninsula. Time period, 1950 to 1953. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $30 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $360 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 2.5 million. First Indochina War, U.S. Financial support to France. Region, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia. Time period, 1946 to 1954. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $3 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $30 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 600,000. Vietnam War. Country, Vietnam. Time period, 1955 to 1975. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $168 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $1 trillion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 2.45 million. Laotian Civil War. Country, Laos. Time period, 1959 to 1975. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $2 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $15 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 200,000. Bay of Pigs invasion. Country, Cuba. Time period, April 17 to April 20, 1961. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $13 million. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $125 million. Total casualties all sides, approximately 2,000. Cuban Missile Crisis. Country, Cuba. Time period, October 16 to October 28, 1962. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $10 million. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $100 million. Total casualties all sides, 0. Dominican Civil War. Country, Dominican Republic. Time period, April 24 to September 3, 1965. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $50 million. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $450 million. Total casualties all sides, approximately 3,000. Six-Day War, military aid to Israel. Country, Israel. Time period, June 5 to June 10, 1967. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $200 million in military aid. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $1.7 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 25,000. India-Pakistan War, military aid to Pakistan. Region, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. Time period, December 3 to December 16, 1971. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $200 million. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $1.5 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 580,000. Yom Kippur War. Country, Israel, Middle East. Time period, October 6 to October 25, 1973. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $2.2 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $13 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 53,000. Lebanese Civil War. Country, Lebanon. Time period, 1982 to 1984. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $1.2 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $3 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 120,000. Invasion of Grenada, Operation Uganda Fury. Country, Grenada. Time period, October 25 to December 15, 1983. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $135 million. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $350 million. Total casualties all sides, approximately 400. U.S. invasion of Panama. Country, Panama. Time period, December 20, 1989 to January 31, 1990. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $163 million. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $350 million. Total casualties all sides, approximately 1,000. Gulf War, Operation Desert Storm. Country, Kuwait and Iraq. Time period, August 2, 1990 to February 28, 1991. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $61 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $120 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 100,000. Somali Civil War, U.S. intervention. Country, Somalia. Time period, 1992 to 1995. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $1.7 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $3 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 500,000. Bosnian War, U.S. and NATO intervention. Country, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Time period, 1992 to 1995. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $3 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $6 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 100,000. Kosovo War, NATO intervention. Country, Kosovo, Yugoslavia. Time period, March 24 to June 10, 1999. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $2 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $3.5 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 13,500. War in Afghanistan. Country, Afghanistan. Time period, October 7, 2001 to August 30, 2021. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $837 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $1.7 trillion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 250,000. Iraq War. Country, Iraq. Time period, March 20, 2003 to December 15, 2011. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $815 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $1.3 trillion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 500,000. Libyan Civil War, U.S. intervention. Country, Libya. Time period, March 19 to October 31, 2011. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $1.1 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $1.5 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 25,000. Syrian Civil War, U.S. Involvement. Country, Syria. Time period, 2014 to ongoing, as of 2025. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $54 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $80 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 500,000. Russia-Ukraine conflict, military aid to Ukraine. Country, Ukraine. Time period, February 2022 to ongoing. Amount spent inflation adjusted, approximately $182.8 billion. Total casualties all sides, approximately 500,000. Israel-Palestine-Hamas conflict. Region, Israel, Gaza Strip. Time period, October 7, 2023, present. Amount spent by the U.S. at that time, approximately $52 billion. Amount spent inflation adjusted 2025, approximately $56 billion. Total casualties, approximately 100,000.